Welcome to the new era of the IWC. You want a place where you can be you? Do you love stories and long-term booking? Well, you have come to the right place. Hosted by your longest-reigning IWC Intercontinental Champ, one-third of the IWC Trios Champ, one-half of the IWC Tag Team Champ, and your IWC Undisputed Heavyweight Champ. So grab your beverages and your snacks. And like BiggOh says, if you got it, spark it.
Man, what is good, everybody, man? Listen, first of all, allow me to apologize for my voice because I yelled at the damn TV for about 3 hours yesterday watching OU pick up its first win in the SEC against Auburn after Auburn just basically fell apart in the second half. It was absolutely amazing. And you're going to hear me have some scratches and stuff. Second of all,
Rob, give it a rest.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the introduction, God damn it.
Yeah.
God damn it. You know what?
Big Raven guy right here. Big Raven guy right here.
God
he got his
watching him lose anyway.
Hold it up, bro.
Shut up.
Hold it up, bro. Let's take a look at that Raven towel.
The only thing those Ravens know how to do is poop on cars.
Tonight by Jen's table if they lose to the Buffalo Bills tonight. I want to get that out there. They're not playing no pushovers now. Welcome everybody to the BiggOh Wrap Up podcast episode 35. We are going to be talking about the Mr. McMahon Docuseries that aired on Netflix last week, man. We're finally going to get around to talking to it. I know there's a few other podcasters out there. They're going to talk about it tonight and other nights to come as well. But what I want to do here is I want to introduce my panel for this evening. I wish my boy Hooli was here, but Hooli, hope you're doing good, bro. Hit me up when you get a chance, or if you want to just remain in the chat, that's cool. Right here to my right, which was to my left, but it'll be y'all right. None other than my bro from the Mo, the mid-Mo smart Jeremy. What's going on, bro, from the Mo?
Not a whole lot.
Appreciate you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I appreciate being here. Having some microphone issues. I don't have my normal setup going, but I hope you guys can hear me all right.
Yeah, we can hear you. If you can
right on.
Yeah, we'll get hey, we're gonna get it going. And right below him is the HR head representative here at the BeVe Resorts, CEO of Scripps Wrestling Federation. Go subscribe to him on his channel on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, Scripps. What's going on, Scripps, man? How you doing?
Doing great.
And last and not least, well, maybe least, but maybe not last, but least. But
his team's losing. They are last.
Representing his team last. Ladies and gentlemen, my boy, Hoodie, Bunny, Rob, bang.
Hey.
Oh, man.
And don't forget Daddy.
Man.
That's how you do an entrance. There you go. Gosh.
Oh,
I'm trying to do a bid here. I'm trying to do a bid here, and these two clowns are trying to freaking ruin it. Gosh, Otis. What kind of place are you running here, Otis?
Also,
come on. What are we doing?
I got to introduce the moderator for this.
Oh, I thought you were about hologram.
I got to introduce the moderator for this event. He is the EVP of the BeVe Resort. Ladies and gentlemen,
I thought you were talking about Patrick Palmer, man. Forget that guy. Forget Matt Jackson.
Matthew Jackson.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Patrick Palmer could be the EVP of the BeVe Resort. I'm cool with that.
I made him the EVP.
He's always here with the ones. He could be the EVP of the whole resort. Fine. I'm cool with it.
Kratos.
All right.
Got his return for NXT last week.
Sue all up in here, man. Sue all up in here. Hey, Kratos. Hey, if you got something you want to say, we'll bring you up a little later, man, because I think you got a great mind for this stuff, too. I would love to hear your opinions about this as well.
He's the Rain Man.
What's going on, Joe? What's going on, Joe?
Who's the Cody Crybaby?
He appears.
Yep, I think you will win.
Who's that?
Of course, our newest promotion here at the BeVe Resort, Patrick Palmer, the EVP. We need to put EVP right there with your name. We got to do that.
He is the EVP. Yeah.
Cody Crybaby has made an appearance. It's been a minute. DTD, what's going on, bro? Terminator, good man. It's definitely been a minute for you, Terminator, man. You out there with them airports, man. Oh, I hope you good, bro. I hope you good. And of course, Credo, Jeremy Robbins scripts.
Got your money. Oh, you got your money.
NXT,
got that money.
Man. Oh, okay. It wasn't
he
even
told me
half
that.
of what you paid for. Oh, okay.
Yeah. He told me he only got $100 back, but he spent almost $300. So yeah, Ticketmaster ain't shit. But yeah, crazy. Good for Kratos.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I spent. I received 102 back. Man, I hope they send you a shirt for the rest of that or something, man. Damn, that's crazy. Hell no, you gotta give me 150 at least. I'll eat $150, but I ain't gonna eat damn near $200. That's
the last time I had a refund. The last time I got a refund for any kind of Ticketmaster tickets was for that. It was for that first Rampage that they had originally scheduled as a Dynamite, and like I had gotten the fifth row tickets, and no, I already had seats that were up in the stands that were right on hard cam side, but then I found a much better ticket price and I refunded those, but it happened like immediately, like within a day and a half, 2 days that I got refunded for those tickets. But I don't even think that they even offer refunds anymore, just because of how low attendances are. I think that may have something to do with it, but I don't know.
Oh yeah, they switched arenas. They switched to a smaller arena because the ticket sales were terrible.
Well, now they have to. Like a few years ago, when I first was my second show, like say that was third show at that point. No, that was when there weren't really any issues with attendance to speak of. So I don't know.
Okay.
Crazy. Otis, what are we doing here, Otis? What are we doing here? What are we doing
here? I'm gonna tell you what we're doing.
Why are we here?
We're getting all the spiel out the way before we're getting the vegetables out the way before we get to the meat and potato. All right. So calm your hungry ass down for a second. All right.
Yeah.
Now,
is it gonna be French fried okra?
It might be. It might be. It might be. But
I need some of them greens that Kamala be roasting in the bathtub.
Something like that. You know what I'm saying? We go, something like that. But we're just getting to the scratch. I want the people to know what y'all got going on and everything too before we get into the steak, to these ribeyes, to these porterhouse, to these New York strips. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
I'm more of a rib guy.
Let's do a porterhouse.
I'm more of a rib guy. I'm more of a rib guy, but whatever.
So, Rob, you got Sunday Night Football tonight. Ravens, Bills. Let the world know what else you got going on for the week.
Listen, man, I'm live every day. Every day. For the next 2 weeks, I'm live every day. 8 p.m. Eastern at Hoodie Rob Baby on YouTube. I'm live every day. Every night, really. Every night. I'm live. 8 p.m. Eastern. Wrestling, football. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I'll be there tonight. I'll be there. Because I like the Ravens too. So I definitely want to see the Ravens win. Please.
Every night.
Please. My bro from the Mo. What you got going on, man? We know that some of us know that you dab in a little political stuff and stuff like that. Is there any news as far as your channel and what you got cooking up?
Memo talk. Cough. Memo talk. Crazy.
Shut up, Rob.
I can't hear him. All right, I'll talk for him. All right. Decoding Kayfabe. It's a new show.
Shut the fuck up. Sorry, I hit the.
There you go.
No, so it's an election season, and that usually takes precedence for me over wrestling. It's not that I'm not paying attention or watching, but like I just don't have the same drive to pay attention in any real length or depth. But no, like say at this point, like say I'm just focusing on a new job. Really, I'm working over at Starline Brass making bullet casings as their taper press operator.
Hell yeah. Congratulations on that again, bro, man. That's awesome, bro. That is awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome. Scripts. Holla at the people, man. Let people know what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? I know you got your Wrestling Federation show that you do on Mondays. You got one that you do on Wednesdays. You got one that you do on Fridays, man. Let people know where you at and what times to find you.
Right now we're doing weekly shows instead. Doing Sundays at 9:30 p.m. Central Time for the Scripps Wrestling Federation News Flash.
Ooh, I like that. Federation News Flash. That's awesome. Copyright that ASAP. ASAP. Federation News Flash. That's a hot one right there, man.
Hell yeah.
That is a hot one. And of course, your boy right here, next Saturday, October 5th, Bad Blood. I will be live streaming. My bro right here will also be live streaming. Hey, if y'all want to be Rick Rude, come join both of our channels and stuff like that. November 2nd, I'm also doing
Here with him. He's
Sorry,
he's
guys.
lagging.
We lagging. It's all right.
Crown Jewel. I will be live streaming
Yeah,
that. My bro.
Oh, you know what this is? All right. Hey, hold on, Otis. I got a funny bit. This funny bit. Anytime anybody lags, when anybody lags, we're gonna call it a Cody. We're gonna call it a Cody.
Lord.
God, we're gonna call it.
We'll call it Cody.
That's actually pretty good.
All right, we'll call it.
We're gonna call it a Cody.
Out of the
we'll
few
call it
ideas
Cody.
that Rob actually
We'll call it
has,
Cody.
out of the few good ideas Rob actually has, like there you go.
Right.
This is the greatest idea I
definitely
ever
call
had.
it a Cody.
This is the greatest idea I ever had.
Boy?
Whatever.
But baby. Crown Jewel here November 2nd, live on my channel, my bros. They'll probably be here with me as well if they're not working. That is a Saturday, I believe. Survivor Series, that is a Saturday, 2 days after my birthday. I will be going live on my birthday, November 28th, for a birthday live stream. Make sure you guys be there. It is also Thanksgiving, so I don't care if you're with your family. Tell them. Make them subscribe too. It's my birthday. It's Thanksgiving. Same damn day. All right? Do it.
Tell your family
Man,
to get out of here.
14th, I'll be doing.
Tell your family get out.
Get
out. Tell your family to get out.
I'm just saying. If y'all want to start sending the birthday donations in, please do so. I'm not asking. I just want you guys to hit the thumbs up. But December 14th, Saturday night main event. Rob will be here. Hopefully these guys will be here too, as well as the other banter goofinuts that we hang out with because, we're the Bay family. We're just better than the Callis family, man. So today, now we can get to the steak, the ribs, Rob. We can get to the ribs now, Rob. Today.
Ribs? Let me get the sauce.
We're gonna talk about the Mr. McMahon Docuseries, man. And man, listen, this was an interesting watch. Like I went ahead and got Netflix just for this, just to be sure I had it for this. I literally paid that. So it was interesting. And my first thought was how bad were they going to try to bury Vince McMahon? That was my first initial thought, and I wanted to see how it all plays out. But in the first chapter, and we're going to start here. We're going to start here at the first chapter, where they talk about basically the beginning of this docuseries. How about how Vince McMahon came up, didn't know his real dad until he was about 12 years old, and then Vince McMahon Sr. showed up. Vince never. I don't think Vince ever liked his stepfather. I don't even think he liked his actual dad. But when he was coming up in the business with his dad, who was running WWF at the time, and
3 W's.
Vince wanted to take over. Like
Worldwide Wrestling Federation.
It's worldwide. The Worldwide Wrestling Federation, right?
Worldwide.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, and then there was the Worldwide Wrestling Federation, and when Vince was coming up, Vince was a referee. He was a commentator for the longest until he actually took over. Gorilla Monsoon was supposed to be the heir apparent to the company.
Well, if you remember, it actually said, or they made a point to say that Vince Sr. was reluctant to put Vince into the commentary role just because at first, but then one of his commentators was asking for too much money, and it all went from there. He was just apparently juggling some quarters or coins in his hand, and then was like, You got it. Go commentate. And yeah, like this comes really fresh because I just watched this shit not too long ago to just trying to remember. But yeah, that's he started his commentary after his father was really reluctant. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, and and Gorilla Monsoon was supposed to be the one to take over for Vince Sr. He was the one that was ever. This was something that I did not know, that Gorilla Monsoon was supposed to take over for Vince Sr. when he was done.
Yeah,
Vince
I would have
bullied
never
his
thought that he was supposed to be the heir.
Yeah, and Vince bullied his way to basically becoming the heir apparent, and it was so crazy how things
Heir apparent.
were. Yeah, heir apparent, and things were so weird on how it came about. And when Vince wanted to take over the company, like Vince had a favorite wrestler. I forgot his name was like Jack something. And he was much of a very flamboyant type wrestler. Dr. Jerry something. Jerry something. Yeah.
Jerry Graham.
Yeah. So when he even dyed his hair blonde
Yeah.
and his strut, which I believe
Yeah,
that's where the McMahon strut kind of originated from. If I'm
yeah,
not
he modeled
mistaken.
his entire persona after Dr. Jerry Graham. Sorry, I was on mute.
You good.
Yeah, he modeled his entire persona after Jerry Graham. Like, because I think he said that there was a point when he was known for lighting cigars with $100 bill.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you,
Hopping in his was it a Corvette or something, and just speeding through red lights, honking the horn, and Vince was into that. So
Big O's type man.
yeah, and so when he got his hands, literally when he actually started getting his hand, because Vince wasn't a very liked person. He was not a very, with the roster. Nobody liked him. They always thought that he tried to pitch some crazy ass angles and stuff like this and stuff like that. But Vince Senior was all about the wrestling. Vince was more
yeah,
entertainment.
everybody looked at Vince like he was just a source or, a product of nepotism. Just he was. I mean, with especially after he overtook Gorilla Monsoon as the heir apparent, and then ultimately bought the company. Yeah.
That's crazy, and that's crazy. Scripts, what you think about about Vince's upcoming thus far, as of from the beginning to when he basically took the company from his father. What do you think of Vince from that moment?
Well, I was thinking the fact that he stole basically everything from everybody, and it started with Vince McMahon Sr., and then it went on to Gorilla Monsoon. Vince McMahon Sr. was supposed to be the head guy of the whole company, and he took it over from Vince McMahon Sr. by nefarious means,
Mm-hmm.
trying to talk him into it and whatever. And then, of course, as you know, Gorilla Monsoon was supposed to be the heir apparent to take that over, but uh, I guess Vince McMahon Jr. Uh, stepped on him or something. So
Funny fact: Vince did not like to be called Vinny or Junior. So that was very funny. If we ever see Vince McMahon, I'll just say, "Hey, Vinny Junior, what's going on?" Hey, what's going on,
Right.
Rage? How you doing, Rage? Hope you're doing good. Rob, what do you think of Vinny Junior?
Vinny Jr. Did you guys catch the first thing he did on episode 1? The first time he ever sat down and the interviewer asked him a question. It's like, I can't tell you everything. I'm like, no shit. He's gonna be in prison
Yeah.
if he does. But he's like, I can tell you something that's gonna make it interesting. I'm like,
Yeah.
That's the whole point of the documentary series. Get
Exactly.
to the point. God damn it. All right, Vince. Well, that's Vince's
We
booking.
all
I won't give
expected
you
this to
everything.
be an expose. We all expected this to be some kind of
Yeah.
expose on him. And regardless, like they said that there were further allegations that came out just after they or right as they were concluding the filming of this, and it kind of halted after a point.
Every episode, at the end of the episode, don't matter what the episode was, there'll always be like a disclaimer that there's something like Vince is still in trouble. There's
it
lawsuit.
was.
He's getting sued. Something about somebody's
Kudos to
family.
Netflix
I was
on
like,
that.
damn.
Kudos to Netflix on that. Kudos to
That was on
Netflix.
Netflix.
Hey, Rage.
Yep.
Guess what, Rage? Your Falcons beat the Saints by 2 today.
Damn, the
As
Saints
much
fell
as
off.
Rage
Damn.
falls down on.
Oh, it was your fault, Rage.
Well, if I could say something about
they got a
this,
good quarterback. They got a good quarterback.
if I could say something real quick, about this, we all know where Raw is heading. Headed to Netflix. And given the whole connection that WWE, it's been synonymous with Vince McMahon, Vince and Kennedy McMahon for 30 plus years at this point. So we've got to now consider how the negative connotation that he brings to the company and how they're trying to distance themselves from it. And I feel like this whole docuseries was not only to kind of highlight his golden age in retiring from the business that he so adamantly endorsed and vouched for however many years, only for this stuff that is now coming to light about him to come to the surface. Like, I really feel like this was them allowing, or WWE in itself to be allowing this to come out was their acceptance. We need to distance ourselves at least from Vince McMahon and make ourselves an independent entity and separate from him and define ourselves as different from him. So that's kind of the way I perceive this. Whether they knew what was getting ready to come out beforehand or not, beyond me. But at the same time, I feel like this was just a way for them to distance themselves from Vince.
I 100% agree with you on that. And with Triple H taking the company to Netflix, it shows that this is a new era in the business now. This, if Vince was still running the company, he'll still be on USA, still producing these vomiting ass Monday Night Raws and sometimes iffy but okay SmackDown. Unless you got Rock and Roman and the Bloodline, if you got that story going on SmackDown, then you got something good at least on SmackDown. But Raw was dead for 3 hours. The thing when Vince when he took over, the moment he started taking over, like I said, the roster didn't like him. People wasn't taking his word or nothing like this. They thought he was just a blow off version of Vince Senior and stuff like this. But they was actually looking at Vince as someone like the devil when when the territories were, all the territories were trying to band against Vince. AWA, the NWA, Turner, and whatever he had going on, all these territories was really bantering against Vince McMahon. And when it came right down to it, because Vince Senior was running with his champion, like his champion was Bob Backlund. Bob Backlund was Vince Senior's top guy. Vince didn't want that. He wanted somebody with a little more charisma. And I think it said that he thought about Dusty Rhodes, but Cody was on the documentary saying that Dusty said that Vince basically didn't believe in him. And I thought that was sad as fuck. Because we all know that we all love Dusty and who Dusty was and why he wasn't champion.
Right.
Until this baffles me. R.I.P. Dusty. But Vince brought in Terry Bollea, who we know now as Hulk Hogan, who his first WWF name was what was it? I think I wrote it down. What was his name? Sterling Golden.
Sterling Golden, yeah.
That's crazy. What did you got, Jeremy? What did you think about that? Hogan's first WWF name was Sterling Golden. Does he even look like a Sterling Golden?
I mean, that depends on how you consider his character to be at that point. Like, if you consider that, it's like no different than Steve Austin's origins as Stunning Steve Austin, or Hunter Hearst Helmsley, the egalitarian equestrian kind of look at, like, they all have this magnificent or eclectic kind of persona. And I don't know, Sterling Golden just kind of, I don't know, for somebody coming up in the business, like, that was a good starter name. But I mean, that was, I don't know, that's just, in my opinion, that's just a situation where, like, no other good names or personalities were established by that point.
Yeah, you definitely right about. Yeah, you're right about.
Shout
that,
out Future. You.
What's up, Future man?
Sorry.
What's
What's
up,
up,
Future?
Future?
But Hogan, the main thing that Hogan was brought in was to battle their top, I guess their top guy, their other top heel, which was Andre the Giant. And now
That was their
this is
first
this is
recorded
personal.
attraction.
Yes. This is personally right here. So my dad, because when they used to come here to Oklahoma City, way when I was, a little bit ago.
We're Coding. We're Coding.
Oh, to Cody. Whoa!
Whoa! Coding.
And my dad met we're having a Cody moment. We just had a Cody moment. We just had a Cody moment, y'all. We had
Oh.
but
What?
my dad, he met Andre the Giant. My dad met Andre the Giant. He hung out.
Wow.
Are we still Codying?
Yep.
Yeah, we're still
Codying.
Codying.
We're still Codying. We're still Codying up in here. We're still Codying.
All right.
But my dad, he met Andre the Giant. He hung out with the likes of Junkyard Dog and Coco Beware and stuff like that. So my dad met a few of the wrestlers in the past and stuff like that. He said Andre the Giant, his actual ring that Andre the Giant wears covered his two middle fingers when he put it on. But I thought that was pretty cool. And when Vince actually took over the actual company, when he took over WWE, because they had changed to WWF then, when he took over WWF, after Hogan defeated Iron Sheik, won the title, Andre the Giant came in, and that set up that feud for going into the very first WrestleMania. Vince,
I'm sorry.
persuaded.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Future. Talent naming,
yes. Sorry.
Continue. I'm sorry.
Yes. Yeah, this is all Charlotte's fault. This is all Charlotte's fault because I saw Charlotte downtown when I went to go meet Bailey. This is all Charlotte's fault. It's all Charlotte's fault.
You got a virus.
Yeah, now I need to give me another cleaner. I got to give me another cleaner. But when Vince actually got a hold to WWF before WrestleMania, he persuaded. Oh, look at the baby nephew. He gonna be jumping off the top of that crib pretty soon.
He just woke up and he's pissed.
He gonna be like, Daddy, lay down real quick. He gonna be like, Daddy, lay down real quick on the floor. And he gonna jump on that on top of the crib and do a swanton on you.
He just woke up and he's pissed.
Frog splash.
Uh-oh. If you got to step away, go see about him.
Go ahead. We'll hear in a minute.
Okay. Yeah, make sure he's cool. Just make sure he's good. Hey, bring him on the stream if you need to.
Yeah.
But Vince went to like other companies, other territories, and took their top guys away from them. Like Jesse Ventura and of course Junkyard Dog. Tony Atlas was one of them, who's also in the documentary. It was somebody else.
He was the worst one.
Yeah, he was.
He was the worst. He looked like what's that? What's tune? Flintstone. look like Flintstone.
Which
Whoa.
which
Like
one?
freaking Flintstone. We're talking
Yeah.
so the main character. I don't know
Oh
why I'm
yeah,
talking like that.
Fred.
Talking like you're the main
Fred.
character or something. Freaking annoying.
Fred.
Yeah, Fred
Yeah,
Flintstone. Sorry, I'm
yeah,
not from the
he had to cut off.
1900s like you guys.
Hey,
Sorry.
clone.
Sorry.
What's up, Clone
I don't know
Force?
the name. Sorry. What's
What
up,
is
Clone
going
Force?
on, man? So, as I
He was the
mentioned,
worst
Bob
enemy.
Backlund, right? So, as I mentioned, Bob Backlund wasn't Vince's choice, and Sterling Golden was Vince's first choice, and he came in to battle Andre Giant, all that other stuff. But Hogan left because Vince Sr. said that, hey, they're offering me to go do this movie, and Vince Sr. was
Rocky
like,
3.
no. Yeah, he was like, no. So he was like, and if you go do it, you're out of there. You're out of there, and you never work for the
Vince
company again. And Hogan
Vince
said,
said
okay.
no yeet. He said no yeet.
Yeah, he said no yeet. He said no yeet.
He said no yeet. No
said
yeet,
no
man.
yeet.
You're not eating. No yeet, bro.
So,
no yeet.
so like, Jeremy, what do you when you hear that about Vince not letting his talent go do movies and stuff like that to get, it's not like it is now. But when you hear that from a Vince Senior to a Hogan, what goes through your mind?
I don't know what's going on.
You don't know what where have you been missing? You've been absent from class, or you having technical
No.
difficulties?
Yeah, technical difficulties. My signal dropped. It dripped.
But yeah, when Vince Senior told Hogan, no, you can't go do the movie, and Hogan went and did it anyway, like I was like, that's kind of a dick move. But for me, it was like that's a dick move for Vince Senior to withhold his talent from doing that, especially if you try to get your company going up and off against these other territories. Like, what was your thought about that?
Well, my thought specifically, I don't know if you're asking me. But no, Vince Senior just saw everybody as just wrestlers. He didn't see them as stars or any kind of mainstream celebrities or or capable of achieving that, because they basically what they were all about initially just wrestling. Like they weren't stars like that. Early he didn't perceive it as that, and Vince wanted to take it to different heights that they hadn't seen before. But no, there was only so. It went so long with Vince, Vincent Kennedy McMahon in control before he actually realized the success of his son, and pretty much there was a point when he started coming around, but that was shortly before he died. I want to say the day before he actually died was one of the first times he actually told Vince he loved him. Yeah. So there wasn't a whole lot of praise going into what Vince was trying to do with the business up until shortly before he passed. And right. So, it can be scrutinized like he was all for it or not up until a certain point. But no, I really believe that there was he didn't really vouch for him. He just had no other choice but to sell, because based on what Gorilla Monsoon was putting up a fight against it for, he had no other choice but to accept it whenever it was all happening. But the direction that Vince Vince and Kennedy McMahon was trying to take the business wasn't the same direction that Senior had envisioned initially, and so he had to come around to it. And that's it.
Yeah. Scripts.
Yes.
You want to comment?
Yeah. Damn. Okay. yeah, Vince, Vince Senior, he wanted to make it all about wrestling. You know, the actual pro wrestling that we know, that we know Tony Khan is famous for, and now Vince Jr. Uh, wants to make sports entertainment. That's basically where he was going with this, and you know, um, he just didn't. Uh, he didn't care who he stepped on, to get there.
Yeah, that is true. Funny baby, your comment, sir.
Who? 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 I got a hoodie
Funny
on.
baby.
Whatever. Hoodie rock,
Clowny
baby.
baby.
All right, nerd mo, mid mo nerd. All right.
Come on, Raven.
I agree with all of you. Oh yeah, okay. I agree with all of you that Vince. It's being Vince. It's Vince. He wanted to flip everything over. He wanted to do this, flip it over. He wanted to do this. He wanted to flip everything over. All right.
Give that
He wanted to
over
flip
to
the whole
Travis.
industry upside down.
He did.
He
I
broke
couldn't
the
do it.
mold.
Yeah, he
Yes,
wanted to do
he
something
was.
different. Everybody was against it because guess what? People don't like change.
Right.
Everything was going to change. He wanted to
Yep.
go mainstream. He wanted to be Hollywood, but everybody wanted to stay in the gutters. All right. Everybody wanted to stay in Baltimore and go crazy, but he wanted to go to freaking Hollywood and be weird. Did he? Want to do some weird shit. All right. So he wanted to take it that way. We wanted to chill right here, go crazy, but everybody. Vince McMahon.
Yep.
Everybody wanted.
He said
Everybody
no.
wanted to chill, stay in his lane. He said no yeet. All the toys. He wanted everything. He wanted all the toys.
It
He's
kind of
like that
makes you.
stupid kid in the playground that wanted all to play with all the toys. That's what it is.
It kind of makes
They're
you
not his toys.
wonder: is this where Vince developed his who he was from how
Yeah.
Vince Senior was?
Yeah.
And
Yep.
it makes you think like maybe if Vince was coddled a little more, maybe we'll have a different WWE or
Well,
something like
if you
that. Who
Uh,
knows?
well, we're not on it. I have a comparison, but we gotta wait till like the sixth chapter so people can get it. If you guys seen the sixth episode, how old was Vince McMahon when his dad told him that he loved him? Like 40s. How old was
yeah.
Shane when Vince told him he loved him? 40s.
There's
Psycho.
certain things you could
Idiot.
addressing Rage's question here. Rage, all this documentary, like say, it pretty much highlights all the shit that we already really know about Vince and the company, at least as its evolution, as it evolved. They talk a little bit, and I'll get into this a little bit, but the Phil Mushnick, the reporter who was basically exposing all of the negative things within WWF at the time, now WWE. He had all these damning articles exploiting the sex rings and shit that we really weren't too aware of, with like Pat Patterson and the manager at the time is a black guy. I forget what his name was.
He was a ring announcer.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
we'll get into that. We'll get into that here in a little bit, because we're pretty much almost out of chapter 1 right now. So,
I did want to say before we moved on though. I was kind of analyzing certain things about what were being said about Vince and his father, and kind of like deducing what could have made Vince become the man that he is now, and is reported to also be behind closed doors. Obviously, like after meeting your father, after going your entire life in an abusive, broken home with a abusive stepfather, to going to meeting your real father, who is, I don't want to say necessarily neglectful of love, or he doesn't show his kids love, but at the same time, like how long did it take before Vince heard "I love you" come from his lips? And Vincent Kennedy McMahon very much comes off to me as a guy with daddy issues after, like, say, going his entire adolescence without knowing him, and then constantly
I would say
through
parent issues.
Parent issues, whatever. But no, he's got an issue with his father, and he's constantly seeking validation that he never really got until shortly before he passed. And so, like, with that kind of role model and the role that he took, that his father had in Vince's life, it would seem that it wasn't prevalent enough to dissuade or change certain courses that he took in his life, just based on what we know about Janelle Grant and all the sex trafficking that allegedly happened with the Ring Boys and whatnot, and all the scandals that came out. But no, he very much seems like somebody who has issues with their parents psychologically, and that's transcended into who they are today.
I found it strange that they never did go into the fact that Vince Sr. Wasn't in Vince Jr.'s life at the start,
Right.
So I was kind of wondering, okay, why wasn't Vince Sr. in Vince Jr.'s life to begin with? I mean,
That's a great question. Where was he for those 12 years, and why did he abandon Vinny Jr.?
Maybe a product of being with having a bad mother, perhaps. Like, that's the closest understanding of that situation that I can get.
That's
freaking
that is, yeah, that is pretty fair. And yes, Caleb, and he is just a weirdo, most likely.
Not having decent parents can really fuck up a child from a very young age and change the course of their entire life, where they could be an upstanding citizen turns into a fucking hoodlum who's in and out of jail, or making bad decisions and evading jail through other bad decisions. Anyway, I digress.
Kayla says blame it on the woman.
Baby oil.
We were just...
I didn't, yeah.
Guardian, what's up, brother?
But what's up, Mike?
GOC.
For being here, Mike. Make sure you hit that subscribe and that like button, Mike. Welcome to the Bay Resort, man. We're a bunch of weirdos over here. Kayla says blame it all on the woman. Guardian, the GOC of the IWC. What's going on, my brother, man?
My
so good
favorite
to see you,
mod.
man. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Guardian, man. Chaos Corner, man. Hey, story time with Chaos. Listen, I'm there for all that. There for all that. The mid mode, bro. Yep. Everybody say what up to Guardian, man. Absolutely, man. Where the hell is Hooli, man? I hope Hooli's all right.
I don't know.
Around this time, Vince had
he's around somewhere.
He's around somewhere. He's floating. He's floating around. Hooli don't have a time.
Is it a balloon? Is he a balloon? He's just floating around. He's just floating. He's wrestling. He's wrestling. He's wrestling. He's hologram.
He's like Raven.
He's hologram.
Okay. Around this time, Vince had, it came to a discussion to where Vince basically bought the company from his dad, and we all know that Shane was introduced to the world around this time. A little bit later on came Stephanie. Vince was poaching other superstars from other territories to come into the WWF and stuff like that. And Tony Atlas, he said a quote about how Americans are. He said, "Wrestling is an imitation of the world. If you want to know what America is like, watch us and we'll show you." And I took that. I was like, wow, that is a great way to interpret how wrestling is back then over here in the United States. And with Vince trying to expand into being a sports entertainer and stuff like that. Then you got like who was that? Was that MTV? MTV got introduced to all this wrestling business with Cyndi Lauper and stuff like that. And that's how what was her name that wrestled in that match? Oh shit,
Tony
Wendy,
Storm's
Wendy,
favorite wrestler.
it was Wendy Richter.
Wendy
Yeah.
Richter. Yeah, Wendy Richter.
Tony Storm's
And the
favorite
story
wrestler.
on how MTV and wrestling kind of came together at once, like the shit was just crazy. It was just crazy. Like, obviously, you're trying to get the company on a map. This is a good way to do it. You start incorporating that younger demographic. MTV was hot. Hell, shit was going on with the world with the battle between Iran, and Vince ran with that and put it in storylines.
Well, that's the thing about
Yeah.
the real life. There's something for people to relate to and how they feel, and it was a way to push storylines. Like, and here's another part that really, like, whenever they were dealing with,
Hey, Jeremy, keep going. I'll be right back.
okay, whenever they were dealing with the sexual harassment scandal and the both that, I forget whether it was a sexual harassment scandal or the steroid scandal, but Vince was on trial. I think it was a steroid trial. He went in there and he actually was wearing the neck brace after what was reported to be. He was wearing a neck brace, and I'm trying to remember if it was part of kayfabe or what, because that was the originator of like keeping kayfabe alive.
No, he actually had neck surgery
but even then,
he didn't even need it.
But even then, if he didn't need it, what was the likelihood that the doctors and surgeons were all paid off to potentially push that narrative and keep kayfabe alive? Because I mean, the media coverage that he got from TV and news outlets, and it's kind of the same situation that Tony Khan failed to push to the extent that he needed to with the whole neck brace and taking the Meltzer driver or the TK driver now. Was that all potentially kayfabe to manipulate viewer and spectator perception of the situation? Like, was that something
that's why he did it?
Yeah. Right.
Probably.
So that was my big takeaway from all of that. But I mean, again, this is all not necessarily the expose or documentary that we really wanted to see and the information that we really wanted to know, because all of us hardcore fans already know all the shit basically that they're saying in this documentary.
Exactly. It was not impressive to me.
And if there's more to come, then I'm all for it. Because like I would love to hear the nitty gritty, the dirt, but I mean it's still in litigation, and I really don't think it's going to happen like that. The whole thing is, I had a direction. Sorry. Are you going off script over here? Oh, maybe a little bit, but all things considered, I really think that this barely touches the surface on who Vince really is, because again, nobody's really going to know who he is besides behind closed doors, and it's nothing that he will himself admit to. So
right. Oh man, you can tell even in the documentary there was stuff Vince just will not say. He will not say.
He said he won't say it. He said it himself. He can't tell you everything. No shit. You'll be in jail the next day. The hell?
But I will not deny Vince of his creative prowess for his brilliance from back in the day. If you think about it, even though he didn't get along with his dad and he didn't get along with the roster or other people, he did bring wrestling to cable TV in the 80s. He did grow the business to what it is right now. And yes, there are things that we can be grateful for what Vince did, but I'm sorry. The shit.
If any of us knew about the shit that he was doing behind closed doors back then, none of us would have never gotten to the heights that it's at. Ever.
That part.
Ever.
Right there. I was just going to say that. So I'll give Vince credit where credit is due, but it's not going to overshadow the scumbag that he is. I'm sorry. So I think it was what 83, 84 was the 83, 84 was the first WrestleMania, which was a closed circuit event.
95, 85, 85.
85, yeah.
85 was the first. Damn, I'm older than WrestleMania.
84 is when they talked about it, when they promoted it.
Yeah, me and WrestleMania are the same age. Me and WrestleMania are the same age. That's crazy.
Damn.
So WrestleMania, yeah, we're old. You're older than WrestleMania scripts.
Yes, I am.
What are you, 43?
42.
42. Shut up, Rob. Young buck. You are as old as AEW. How about that, Rob? That's how young you are.
Oh, wow.
No.
I'm 20 years older than AEW.
GOC, what do you need?
With toys, I mean, come on.
Let's take a pause. What's up, GLC? GLC needs a favor. What you need, Guardian? Anything, bro. What you need? Holla at us. But Vince started WrestleMania, and Vince banked the world. And let me say this. Shout out to Linda McMahon. Wait, when you get a chance, go to my channel. When you get him a chance, go to my channel later and check out our main event. I got you. No problem. Cool. We got you, Guardian. We got you. Will do. That is a Big 10-4, Guardian. Big 10-4. So Vince laid everything on, and like I said, shout out to Linda McMahon. Linda McMahon looks. I can't explain how Linda McMahon looks, but for some reason she looks very nice. Like she looks fuller in the face, a little plumpier. Like she is who's feeding her good? Is it Donald Trump or is it Vince McMahon? Who's feeding Linda McMahon good? Of course, we know she had surgery and stuff like that. So. But Linda,
don't be talking about Trump. Don't be talking about Trump because you know Jeremy's gonna become a politician. Goddamn.
Well, here's the thing. No. Here's the thing, because later on, we will talk about Trump because he's part of all this.
That's right.
So we'll talk about. We'll get into that later. And it still shocks me to say.
I actually did watch that.
And it still shocks me to say that a WWE Hall of Famer is president of the United States, or was a president of the United States.
Whoa!
What?
That is so crazy. But
that's not Hall of Fame, isn't it? That Hall of Fame is worthless. Freaking worthless.
Well, we all got our opinions about the WWE Hall of Fame for real. But
it's worth.
Well, Drew Carey's in it, so there you go.
Is he Drew Carey? Yeah, he is in it. You're right. He is. That is something. Yeah, I know. That's why I said that's what I did too, Jeremy. I was like, what? But yeah, he is in it. That's right. Hold on.
Wait, chapter 2 now.
Greg Baylor. I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, I already watched it. I already watched it last. What was it? A few hours ago. Yeah.
One of the best tag teams in the Indies, the Miracle Generation. That's a pretty cool name.
I will definitely go back and rewatch it. That was good.
Are you going, Guardian? Are you going? Be right there with JD. Mike.
Tell JD we say yo.
Mike. But Linda was a ride or die. She was a ride or die chick for Vince because she told Vince to bet the house on WrestleMania, and he did. And the only way Vince could have came out of it alive is if WrestleMania turned out into a great show, and it killed it. It killed it. Guardians at a WWE tryout tonight. That's dope. Say what's up to Triple H for me.
Guardian, don't hurt nobody. Don't hurt nobody.
Yeah, I actually saw those videos. It was good.
Hey, hold on. Guardian. Did you really take a stink face from Rikishi, bro?
Oh man.
He took that like a champion. I couldn't.
How much did you get paid? All right, he said no. All right, Gardner. I'm about to. How much did you get paid for that? I need $1 million, maybe more.
It's
If
like,
I'm
I
gonna take
did
a
not.
swing.
Okay. I was like, woo. But he's there scouting. He said he's scouting.
Oh, okay.
So hell yeah, man.
Don't
Shout
forget,
out to
guys.
Paradise Valley.
Rikishi did it for the walk. He did it for the
For the
walk.
walk.
He did it for the
Quit
walk.
playing with your toys.
Right now, he's
I
doing it for
told you.
Jay. You need us. I swear. That's why you're by the
Hello,
park, by
Mama
the trash can.
Scripps.
No.
Hello, Mama Scripps.
Scripts. Get your son.
Hey,
Sorry about that.
Mama.
Get your son.
How you doing?
I'm gonna take his part.
A 5-minute match on that's a Raw pre-show. All
Lord.
right. So there was
Yeah,
this
it's pre-show.
report. This reporter around the time WrestleMania was getting ready to go on, and you had athletes going on these shows and stuff. John Stossel, who was going out doing
Wow.
reports on wrestling, want to know if wrestling was fake, and he went and
He
told
got beat
Hogan,
the
and Hogan
fuck up.
yeah, and Hogan, he asked Hogan it wasn't fake, and Hogan had to, of course, deny it because they were trying to keep kayfabe alive. So,
Hogan's such a
so
fucking
Hogan
tattletale.
went and told, but Hogan went and told Vince, and Vince is like, "Look, I really risk something would be done to this guy." Enter goddamn David Schultz. Everybody seen the clip. Everybody seen the clip of what David Schultz did to John Stossel. Smacked the hearing out of his ass. Smacked
Quite literally. He said his hearing. The doctor said that his hearing will never be the same.
Exactly.
I wonder how much
somebody
that
that's
was
not
embellished.
slapboxing.
I wonder how much of that was true.
For real.
Crazy.
I would
Also, who's the guy that he choked out? Who's the guy that hosted?
That was
was,
Richard
I
Belzer.
forget.
Richard Belzer.
Richard Belzer, yeah. Which is
He's got him in a front face
So
lock.
I guess
Just got him in a front face lock or a front chin lock or whatever, and fucking fell to the floor.
So
You can see the pool.
confirmation. CM Punk, his favorite wrestler is Hulk Hogan. Confirmed. Crazy. Beating up people in the back. Come on.
Okay.
Confirmed.
What did that have
It's
to
confirmed.
do?
The choking
But John Stossel,
of somebody.
he
God.
he sued
Scripts,
Hogan.
keep up,
He
Scripts.
sued WWE,
Keep
man,
up.
and he was able to. They settled out of court for that. And
Those lawsuits took like between 3 and 5 years, which is ridiculous.
Yeah,
But I mean, it
Thanks,
just goes
Mom.
to show you.
That's their lawyer.
It was like 19. Was it 91 when those were settled? 91, I believe.
Yeah, around that time.
Yeah, I believe
Yeah.
it was 91 when it was settled. And then Hogan goes on the Richard Belzer show and front face locks him and just barely lifts up like that. Just
Well, and that's what you get when you belittle wrestlers who have huge fucking egos and like, oh, but it's like Cody. Whoa!
you saw Belzer do this with his hand.
But yeah, Otis, this is no more a situation that you don't approach wrestlers or with people with huge egos and expect them to be nice about it when you're calling what they do for a living fake. Like, it's just going to piss them off. And what are they going to do? They're going to, did that feel fake? Whack! Like, it's bad for people's health to go up to at least olden days pro wrestlers. Like, if Guardian's still in here, like whenever he was heavy in the business and still an active talent, whether he's still doing it these days or not, how would he have, if he was approached with questions and people accusing wrestlers of being faking their moves or just that overall having scripted content, like how they were going to react, they'd get pissed off too. It's just a whole, like, you're questioning the legitimacy of what I do for a living. And yeah, so I can't necessarily blame anybody for getting their asses whooped after like trying to press people about that shit. But I mean, this is a different day and age now. So there's already that understanding that this shit is really fake. Like there was a time when all of us when we were little kids, we were like, "Oh, this is awesome! This can't be real. This is too cool to be real." And then
Hey,
lo and behold, it
Hey,
is.
ixnay on the fake stuff. It's scripted. Scripted.
Nonetheless, you understand what I'm getting at.
I
So,
hate it. I hate a script. I hate a script. I like going off the script. I don't know. I hate a script. I
right.
don't know. Off the cuff.
So
Yeah,
Off the
yeah.
dome.
there's no getting around if you're back in those days when wrestling is getting really hot. Like, of course, people are going to get pissed off when you question their own integrity.
Right.
So, I mean, if you ask me, holding the integrity is maintaining kayfabe, which, like I say, there's a lot of things you can appreciate about people who can actually do that. But again, I digress.
That's
Yes, you
true.
do.
And Hogan admitted to that too. Hogan admitted that people wanted to keep kayfabe alive around that time. You know what I'm saying? So, and Hogan mentioned something like, "Well, if wrestling is fake," he was like, "I had like 23 surgeries in the past 10 years. Explain that," which is a damn good point. If wrestling is fake, you can
Exactly.
still get hurt.
It's
You
not
know, you can
fake.
still get hurt.
Watch any Darby Allin match and tell me it's fake. Tell me.
Good point. Good point. I'll go as far as say any Cactus Jack or Chainsaw Charlie or Terry fucking Mick
Jeff
Foley.
Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy.
Chainsaw Charlie. Wow.
Was he really drunk? Yeah, he was. It's real. It's real. He was fake.
Oh yeah.
Did I take you back with that one, Jeremy? Did I take you back with that one, Jeremy?
Right. Chainsaw Charlie. Fuck yeah. I haven't heard that name.
Is that a real
years.
chainsaw?
Yeah.
Let me touch it. Is that a real chainsaw? Let me touch it.
No.
Y'all go take a suplex and tell me if it's fake.
Yeah. How about you pull Shane McMahon, climb a scaffold, and fall off? Let me know if it's fake.
How about take a chop from Gunther or a splash from Bronson Reed?
Oh my god.
Or a
Talk
super
about
kick, or a drop kick
future.
from Okada.
Jeff Hardy was
Yeah,
definitely
you
keeping
weird.
kayfabe alive.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, Hardy was. Yeah.
In the words
I
of
don't know.
Kevin Smith, keep my Darby's name
Ask
out your
Rob
mouth.
Van Dam, was him jumping in the crowd real or not? Let me know.
Ask
Pretty
those
sure that was
fans,
real.
was it real? I asked those fans, was it fake when he landed on them?
Yep.
That shit is crazy.
I forget the guy.
And,
Was it super crazy? Ask him when he jumped that balcony and landed on 20 fans. Let me know.
Psychosis.
Let me know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Psychosis?
that was.
I thought super crazy. Yeah, one of them freaking luchadors. Yes, one of them.
Oh yeah, I know. I look drunk right
Yeah.
now. That's
One
hilarious.
of them.
Otis,
I have a question for you. How many chapters are we doing? Because I got a live stream in a couple hours. I can't
Yeah,
hear all
we're gonna. So here's the plan, and I'm gonna do this live with everybody on here, so everybody can understand as well. And Jeremy just hopped off, but I know he'll hop back on. Kayla can inform him if he misses it. But this is the plan.
Shout out Kayla Braxton.
We're gonna do the beginning. This is the beginning. Here he is, right here. We'll get him in. So this is what we'll do. We're gonna do the beginning, just the opening, because I know Rob got to do his live stream. I
got another hour.
Yeah, but I have to go pick up my lady at about 5:15. So, and we had a good hour. We had a good hour for this first chapter. Tomorrow, before Raw, we're gonna go over 2 and 3, chapters 2 and 3. So if we're
Oh boy.
so we can rebrush up 2 and 3. This is like, ladies and gentlemen, this is like, hold on, wait, let me get myself.
I'm gonna be at work probably.
Yes,
Hold
Kayla.
Hold on.
It goes hard for an old dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is we're just covering chapter 1 right here. Tomorrow's going to be chapter 2 and 3. So these guys, with the exception of Rob, says he gotta go to work. Which, by the way, I still want my package.
Whoopee!
I gotta go to work.
You just started working. Leave me alone, Jeremy. You just started.
Yeah, and I gotta be there at 5 a.m.
All
so
right.
I don't want to hear nothing about shit.
I'm gonna be lying in bed at 5 a.m. waiting, getting up to go to work in 2 hours.
Cause I'm a bitch. I gotta go to work.
Rob, we're gonna be here for at least a couple hours.
I'm gonna be
We're
in the
gonna,
chat. I'm gonna be
yeah.
yelling boo at Scripps when he's talking. Don't worry, I'll be here. I'll be trolling. I'll be like Jeremy.
Look what you did. Look what you did. 5 a.m. Must be nice to sleep in.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Tell him, Future. That's my co-host with the
Well,
most.
still, I
Yeah.
gotta get up
Shout
at
out-
4
shout out.
a.m. and even then, you're an hour behind
Oh.
me.
I've been asking for a package
Suck
for a
it.
while, but mine
Suck
didn't
it.
come from Amazon.
Maybe. Oh
Jeremy?
wait, maybe I'm doing that to the wrong person.
Oh,
God.
messed up.
Wow.
But we're gonna cover
I'm
2
gonna get
and
out of
3
here,
tomorrow.
I'm gonna get out.
We're gonna get into the to the other chapters, but what I want to say is this, because we're at the end of chapter 1, where WrestleMania it came out to be a huge success all over, but it got Vince out of a jam. But the allegations, like Jeremy spoke about a few minutes ago, would start to show up in chapter 2. And we're talking about the steroids. We're talking about what's that journalist's name? What's his name?
Phil Mushnick.
Bill motherfucking Mushnick. And I'm talking about Vince.
Stupid
the
name.
the hatred that Vince had
It's
for
just
this man.
stupid fucking name. So is Vincent Kennedy McMahon. We all know it now.
Stupid name.
It's going down. It's definitely going down, and we're definitely going to talk about that tomorrow in chapters 2 and 3. And then Tuesday we're going to do 4 and 5, and I'm off on Saturday for Bad Blood, so we'll finish 6 up on Saturday. The final one before we do Bad Blood. We're just gonna make that a big old live stream right into Bad Blood. So it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope.
Bad Blood is this next weekend, right? Is that what we said?
Next Saturday. Next Saturday.
Any comments about the last part of chapter 1 of the McMahon story, Jeremy? We'll start with you.
I mean, to be honest, I've pretty much said my piece. Like, again, this whole docuseries is stuff that we generally, as hardcore fans, already basically know. This is just like the real inside baseball maybe is coming out.
It's nice to see it all together.
Right. It is nice to have kind of a WWE anthology of different eras that have come around based on centered around Vince McMahon. But as far as this first chapter, I mean, again, this is just them highlighting how much of a neglected daddy's boy Vince was, and how how he was the product of a broken home and never received the proper love and affection that a father should give their son. And we can all attribute and relate it to how it's all going, or how Vince has behaved and acted up until today. And yeah,
you are a daddy's boy, just like your daddy was.
You got something you got to say, Rob? You got something you got to say? Now you got to wait. Script, you go next.
Fuck that.
Nah, go ahead, Rob. Go ahead.
I was thinking when he said when Vince has daddy issues, when Jeremy was talking about it, I was like, the promo from Undertaker to Shane McMahon just popped in my brain. Like, you're a daddy boy, just like you were your dad.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's
a good one.
Just like Vince was.
Yeah, good comparison.
I was like, that popped into my brain. I was like, oh shit, that was tough.
Man, you know what? And you just hit something right on the head, Rob. So like tomorrow when we start talking about chapter 2 and 3, it's really like the introduction when they start doing like shoot stories. When they start doing shoot stories. Because Shane talked a lot about that in chapter 5. So we're going to definitely get into that.
Sorry, Scripps, you got cut off. Scripps. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Scripps. What is
I didn't get cut off. I didn't say nothing.
You were thinking it.
Well, now's your time. Time to speak.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, as far as I'm concerned, the daddy issue thing, all he did was basically make his son pay for it. You know, Vince Jr. had daddy issues, so now he's gonna make Shane have daddy issues. You know, so
Yeah.
I don't
I
have
got
no.
a,
You know,
hey, I got a personal question about that. I got a personal. You think Shane is going to take his vindictive attitude towards Vince to AEW?
Hasn't he
Probably,
already?
for sure.
Even
I
though
mean,
he
Hanging out
even
with the
though he
young
hasn't
bucks,
been featured, even though he hasn't
of
been
course.
featured on TV, or like he's definitely taken pictures. So been taken. He's been photographed with members. So including Tony Khan in that conference office. So I mean, we can only assume where that is going to
Mr.
lead.
Airport.
If not,
right? I mean,
if he's
just
not
going
already
to
there.
AEW to begin with is the daddy issue thing.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
well, and I have a feeling that Shane getting involved in AEW is partly a product of him maybe not being able to be involved in WWE based on the optics. They don't need another McMahon by name in WWE right now, especially.
That's why Stephanie's
So
got
Well,
mad.
change his last name then.
there's no there you what okay so in that aspect what besides not being associated with the McMahon, what if he just changes his last name to something that nobody's
Stephanie
heard
Levesque.
of? Well, I
Stephanie
mean,
Levesque.
that
But
could
people know
potentially
who
happen.
Vince is, though.
That could potentially happen, and we all trusted Stephanie and Shane even ever so slightly more than we trusted Vince to run a company. That's kind of who we
That's
were
true.
hoping that the reins would be tossed to. So, in my opinion, like I really think that Shane coming in, as much as I want to see the fucking meltdown of the IWC, I think it's a good thing for AEW. Not necessarily in the sense that it's going to make them a WWE light, but I think that it
Right.
might help them establish their own identity
Future gets it.
further from what they were originally looking towards. Because I mean, AEW has evolved so much from what they started out as. I could talk everybody's ear off, obviously, about this, but no, they've evolved to such a degree where they can still be the alternative if they use the underutilized stars from WWE in a better way. And the same goes for AEW stars going to WWE. As long as everybody's used differently and more efficiently and to everybody's better standard,
Currently not.
then it can work. But you just said, but again, AEW has that stigma right now where they fucked over Phil Brooks. So now they've just got the cold
Phil,
shoulder from
screw
the right?
Phil. Screw Phil.
I think I'm of that assumption as well that Phil screwed Phil, but at the same time, by Phil screwing himself, the actions that were taken screwed AEW by proxy. So
As long as Shane comes to AEW to take over the company from Tony Khan, I'll be fine.
Oh,
I don't think that that's going to
No.
happen.
Yeah.
I think
Take
that
some
this is going to.
responsibility. If you take some responsibility
that's
off
why.
Tony Khan,
That's
that'll be
why
fine.
your parking spot is next to the trash can because of that comment right there.
Shut
How
up.
dare you? How?
Shut up.
How dare you?
That's-
God
I'm,
damn
I'm
it.
so- you got the front. You got the park. You got the parking spot scripts. You got the
Thank
park. You good.
Like, no, he
Thank
doesn't. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
But if Shane comes in and takes some
That's
weight
my
off
big
of
old
Tony,
boss.
give Tony Khan a lighter load to deal with
That
as
was
far
so-
as Dynamite and Collision and these pay-per-views, I think AEW will be just fine. That's all
Well,
I'm asking for. That's all
And
I'm
let's
asking.
just admit to ourselves that TK has a consolidation issue or a compartmentalization issue with how he's working his how he's operating his company. Like he has too many hats. He needs to pass off
Yep.
some of the delegate some of the responsibility to other people. And Shane might just be that person, as much as a lot of people may not want to admit it. Like he cares. You can obviously that Shane talking to TK or any member of the roster, like you can see that he still gives a shit about the industry, about the business. So I say, why not? Like AEW may utilize Shane again in the alternative way that WWE couldn't. So again, I'm all for it, and I want to see the meltdown the IWC has.
He don't have way too many hats. He just has a whole damn hoodie.
No, I mean, he just has too much. He has too much responsibility to give all the stars that he has on his rosters, plural. He has too much. He has too much responsibility to get everybody over, and he's not consolidating that power and then delegating other people other certain similar responsibilities for other shows. Like, he needs to definitely separate the rosters, hard brand split. There's a lot of things you can say about Tony Khan and the way he operates AEW, but again, like Shane coming in, I feel like he's going to adapt to the alternative way of going about things. And if he shows up on TV, it's just another aspect of AEW growing. I'm going to shut up about it.
Give Ring of Honor to Scott D'Amore, please.
He's already got his own company. He's starting up. What was it?
I know that.
He got his own company. My bro down here will be live streaming it. I'll be on his channel when
in 3 weeks.
Maple League Pro Wrestling.
And I will
It's a 2-night event
for it.
Yeah, it's a 2-night event.
So
October 19th and October 20th. Yeah.
Scott D'Amore, we're watching, bro. We're watching. Treat us good.
Yep.
Don't do us like Vince, please. Don't. But we're watching. I will be tuning in to Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling because I'm anxious to see.
I'll check it out too.
Two matches that have been announced. Athena will defend her ROH World Title against Janelle Shaw. That's to be
right.
Good. And Takeshita
versus Giselle Shaw
himself. Yeah, Janelle,
okay.
Whatever her name is. I don't care.
Giselle.
And Giselle. I don't know. Takeshita versus Josh Alexander, the walking weapon. Canadian's favorite.
Man.
That's one of the reasons
that's going to be.
I like Josh Alexander. Yeah. He's cold.
I feel like after
I just watched Jacob Fatu versus Josh Alexander at the Ric Flair thing 2 years ago. I saw that match. It was freaking awesome. I just watched it today. It's freaking awesome.
As far as Jeff Jarrett getting off of our television, I have a feeling that
more
that's
Double J.
Happen
I want more
relatively soon.
I want more cowbell.
Like him getting his ass whooped last night. Him getting his ass whooped last night was kind of a telling factor that like he may be getting ready for a retirement run before he hangs up his boots. Like say, don't hold me to my word, but it like just with him being in that high profile gimmick match with Hangman and Hangman obviously going over that nobody expected otherwise. I feel like a retirement run is imminent for Double J pretty soon, if not current.
Yeah, Double J. I watched Dynamite Collision. The Collision. Was it Battle of the Belts?
Grand Slam.
It was a Grand Slam. It was cool. Yeah. But Jeff Jarrett, I agree with you, Mid-Mo, bro. I think he's winding down to a retirement match. He might go join a company, help do creative there. Maybe he'll stay with AEW. Who knows? Did y'all hear the other references? Saraya resigned for a year.
Yeah.
Malachi asked for his release. Miro asked for his release. Wardlow's injured. Don't know what's going on with the Lucha Brothers. Apparently, from what I hear, Tony Khan has added injury time to Ray Phoenix's contract. What a dick move.
As much of a dick move as that may be, that's business, and that like Tony Khan, like, yeah, there's reasons you can be upset about it and compare the two, compare Vince and Tony, but for the same factor, it's business and it's time. Like nobody expected Ray to fucking buckle his elbow and have his shit go in the opposite direction it needs to.
Yeah, but
nobody expected him to get hurt. But at the same time, like, yeah, it can be frustrating because he has another opportunity to maybe be an alternative in WWE than he couldn't be in AEW. But yeah, it's business primarily, first and foremost.
It may be business, but I mean, Tony can dish it out, but he can't take it. That's the whole point.
I agree. Yes. He definitely cannot take it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But geez, and sometimes Tony, you just need take the phone away from Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you need to take.
And if I can say one last thing on Jeff Jarrett, as much as we don't want to see him on our TVs, really, like, let's not kid ourselves that we're all going to be kind of somber, or at least clap our hands for a storied career that he's had, and at least just be happy that he's like in good shape still and is retiring on his own terms. Yeah. So let's not kid ourselves. We're going to be happy to see him go, but we're also going to like congratulate him for a storied and illustrious career that he's had, whether we liked him or not. So, let's not kid ourselves about our affections for Jeff Jarrett as much as we hated to love or loved to hate him. So
good old Slap Nuts. Who you calling Slap Nuts? I'm talking to you, Slap Nuts. Yeah, that's what I say.
Don't piss me off.
Y'all remember when Jeff Jarrett hit that the little Beetlejuice guy with the guitar on Nitro? Y'all remember?
Oh yeah.
But then I'm likely going to eat my words. I'm likely going to eat my words, and he'll re-sign for like another 3 or 4 years with the company, and just like fuck. I had to open my mouth.
Yeah, man. But hey, that's going to do it for episode 1 of the McMahon Docuseries here on the Big O channel, man. Make sure you go subscribe to my boy Rob right here down below, man. He's going live with Sunday Night Football, Ravens, Bills. Jen, get the tables. Rob, grab the towel.
Boo, Ravens!
I hate you guys.
My bro from the mode, y'all know him as Mr. Dakota Kayfabe, aka Mid-Most Smart. He's in the works with something. I'm pretty sure he'll keep you guys informed. And of course, scripts 9:30 Central, 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 on the West Coast. Scripts is going to go live, and he's going to talk. He's going to talk his talk. He's going to walk his walk. He is parked in the front and here at the Bay Resort. And he deservedly so.
He's parked. He's parked in the other parking lot across the resort. He has to walk.
I will see you guys tomorrow for part 2. We're gonna run down episodes, chapters 2. We're gonna run down chapter 3. We're gonna be here. I'll tell you what. We're gonna go live around about let's say 4:30 Central Time, 5:30, so Rob can get home from work and change into his pajamas and get on live.
The poor little baby had to go to work. He had to go to work. Oh no!
All right. You guys are hilarious. You guys are hilarious.
Now we'll go live about 5:30 Eastern Time, so Rob can get home, get settled, and we can go ahead and get on with chapters 2 and 3. Just in case anybody want to go back and rewatch and get a little refresher and everything, I'm cool with that too. Rage,
hey, just do
have
5.
a good
Just
day.
do 5. I'm gonna need at least 2 hours to talk about it, and I go live at 7.
All right, 5.
Make it 5. Make
Five.
it 5. 4 your time. 5 my time.
4 o'clock Central.
Yeah.
4 o'clock Central. 5 o'clock
Okay,
Eastern.
good.
So we'll be here. We're gonna talk about chapters 2 and 3, man. And I want to thank my panel, my bros, my boys right here for joining me on this live stream. This was awesome, man. Totally a home run, man. If you haven't, make sure you go subscribe. Press that like button, man. Support everybody here in the Bay Bay Resort. I almost say Ray. The Bay Bay Resort. But I appreciate you guys, man. A lot from the heart, man. This was awesome, man. And hey, we got much more to come. Follow me on Twitch. There's my Twitch handle name right there. And hey, we're gonna get up out of here, man. So until next time, man, with the bro, the scripts, and the baby, it's your boy, Big O, saying we're gonna get up out of here. Deuces.
Go